Hello and welcome back to a match preview. West Ham United take on AFC Bournemouth, and make sure to like and subscribe if you are new. Hopefully, we can get our first 3 points in the new year. We haven't lost in the Premier League because we've only played one game. I'm pretty sure we've only played against Brighton in the Prem. Oh no, Sheffield United as well. We've lost to Bristol City. We haven't won this year. And not winning in January, we haven't had many games in January. And we've got Old Trafford and a home game to Arsenal coming up as well. So this is why I'm shaping this game as a must-win 3 points. Because if you're not going to beat Sheffield United at their ground, you got to beat Bournemouth at your own ground. We haven't lost a home game since Everton in all competitions, from what I remember. I would like to keep this home streak up. I'm being nice. But if we're going to look at the news, currently recording this on a Tuesday, just watched the Aston Villa Newcastle game, which you never know, we could catch up to Aston Villa if we're really serious about Champions League football. If you look at the table, Aston Villa lost over 43 points. If we win, we'd be on 38. We'd be 5 points behind them. But Newcastle have won and they're 3 points behind us now. But we have a chance to go 6 points ahead of them, but we could create a gap between 6th and 7th. And that's really, really important for this, not only just stage of the season, but for the fact that in a battle for Europe with the games coming up, that would be extremely important. Now, L'Équipe are apparently reporting Saïd Benrahma joining Liga side Lyon on loan for the remainder of the season, but there's bare mixed reports about that. And L'Équipe, or however you say the company's name, they're very mixed when it comes to reports. And Pablo Fornals will be leaving as well. We'll talk about that another time with Benrahma. But Danny Ings will probably stay after being linked with Celtic as well. Danny Ings is always going to be linked away after his absolute failure of a spell at this club. But at the same time, Danny Ings did perform really well against Sheffield United. And the transfers ain't looking good. But hopefully by the time we play this game, which we're playing on deadline day. I doubt we're going to sign anyone on deadline day. And the problem is that by the time I've uploaded this, we probably haven't signed anyone still. But hopefully I can make an emergency video about saying we've signed someone. But currently, the news right now is just transfers. I haven't seen anything to do with injuries or stuff like that. I don't know if anyone's coming back. All I know is that Paquetá has an outside chance. Alvarez is back in training. Obviously, we've got Calvin Phillips that's going to be in the squad. And Kudus should be back. Even though I've not seen any training pictures, Mohamed Kudus should be back. I don't see why not. So this is where it gets sticky. This is where I don't know who Moyes is going to pick. I know who I would pick. I'd still go with Alvarez, Ward-Prowse, and then probably Cornet, Kudus, Bowen, Ings. And who would have thought I would think Ings would start? But Ings played well against Sheffield United. You've earned your place. Souček was awful against Sheffield United. Not a surprise. Soufal was awful. He's on a red, so he's got a 1-game ban. So what we will have is Ben Johnson at right back, who has a chance to really show that he deserves to stay at this club. But he would need to go on a run of games for me. He would need to, maybe if he also plays against Man United and Arsenal, if he does well against that, you never know. But you got to go on for me to convince me for you to stay at this club, you got to show a big improvement. You got to show the fact that you've improved as a player. You can cross a ball. You can pass 5 yards. You can defend properly. But I don't know. Hopefully Mikel Antonio is back in a couple of weeks because we need as many attackers as possible. I'm not saying we're going to get the Mikel Antonio of 2015 to 2020 or 2021. But what I am going to say is that we're not going to sign anyone. So we need strikers, we need wingers. Even if they're terrible, even if they're terrific, we're going to need as many options as possible going into the remainder of the season. Got to hope that Emerson stays fit for the rest of the season, because we cannot have Aaron Cresswell starting any game this season. Any game. If we were a team that battered a team every week, I would batter, like, if we could have the ability to batter a team every week, I'm taking Emerson off every game and putting Cresswell on just so I can rest Emerson for the next games. And I want as many players as possible fit for that Arsenal game in 10 days. And Man United away should be an opportunity for us to go and break that losing streak at Old Trafford. But we're the kind of team to lose against Bournemouth and beat Man United. And Bournemouth are scary attacking, going forward side. Even though they put David Brooks out on, they've got this Favre, I don't know how to say his name. He just came back from a Lorient loan spell. Right now, I don't really know what's going on with Bournemouth in terms of transfer news. But what I do know is Iriola has been given the time that he's deserved. Because he's a new manager, everyone was writing him off after the bum licking of Gary O'Neill in the media. But they've done well. They're probably going to get mid-table. They'll probably try to aim for top 10. And they will be a hard side to compete with. And the reason why it was such a missed opportunity at the first game of the season to not beat Bournemouth was because I was thinking we're at the start of this Iriola era where they haven't played any Premier League games, so catch them out. But we decided to mess up and concede one of the most scrappiest goals and drop off as soon as we went 1-0 up with Bowen's amazing goal. And hopefully Bowen can stay fit. Hopefully Kudus can get that AFCON upset off his back and fully concentrate on West Ham. And obviously, hopefully he starts. I'm sure he will if he's available. And it's also important because Naif again has just gone out of the AFCON as well, so it's a shame he's coming back. But at the same time, the likes of Zuma needs to step up from a rare bad performance against Sheffield United. Dominic Solanke has been on form this season. He's one of the top goal scorers alongside Jarrod Bowen this season, both up there with Mohamed Salah and Erling Haaland. And he's been sensational. Obviously, he's been a target of West Ham in the past, and I don't doubt that he's a great striker right now, but I doubt that he would get service at this if he transferred to West Ham United. He's also signed a new contract, I'm pretty sure, this season. I could be wrong. But Bournemouth will be terrifying going forward. Alex Scott is not just a female presenter on the BBC. He's also a man that plays for Bournemouth. And he is an amazing talent. Again, another target that West Ham missed out on that we should have got. But Bournemouth have recruited well, getting young Championship talent. And Milos Kerkez, who played against us when playing for Alkmaar, I think he's back. Lloyd Kelly has been rumoured for a long time of leaving the club. And he's running out of contract, similar to the Tosin Adebayo situation at Fulham. Chris Mepham doesn't play. Ilian Zabani is an up-and-coming guy who's really good at Football Manager, but also decent in real life. Philip Billing's been left out a bit of the side since Iriola's come in. Probably not his type of player, but he was really good under Gary O'Neill. They've got players that can threaten us. They've got Sinisterra, I don't know if he's fit, but he's threatening. Semenyo, he'll be back as well, actually. He played with Kudus, obviously, at Ghana. I'm sure he'll be back from AFCON. He's been decent from what I've seen this season. They've got pace, they've got power, they've got technical ability, they know how to play it from the back. They probably play into my hands in terms of how they play football, but we'll probably be so pinned back. It'll probably be exactly like the Brighton game, and I can see this being a draw. I don't see us losing. I don't see us winning. I see them having a lot of shots, but not really converting many chances. I don't see us creating anything at all. I think it'll be one of them games where it'll just be a draw, and people will be like, well, it's not that bad, is it? We drew. We didn't lose. Great mentality, of course. But they've recruited well. They won't be easy at all, but this should be a game that we need to be looking at winning at if you're going to draw to a side like Sheffield United. But that is all I have to say. But my lineup would be Areola, Johnson, obviously, Mavropanos, Zuma, Emerson, Alvarez, Ward-Prowse, Bowen, Kudus, Cornet, Ings. And we're obviously not going to have Fornals and Benrahma for this squad, but we will see what happens. And Callum Marshall's obviously gone out on loan to West Brom. Make sure to like the video, guys. Subscribe if you're new. Social medias are in the description if you want to follow me. And the email for the inquiries. I'll see you guys later. Goodbye.